Philly fan. Philly fan.
What up, man? It's your boy RJ Payne. Y'all might know me as Reigman. We got a story to tell. We got a lot to talk about. Philly F.A.M.E TV. Let's get it.
Alright, so off the top, man, let's get into the name situation, man. You going by a new name now. Like you had a couple different names before you landed on this one. Y'all remember you asked Izzy for real at one point, so I mean we gonna get him that too, but like RJ Payne, why that right now?
For real, man, that's my real name. You know what I mean? I took the first letter from my first name, I took the first letter from my middle name and my last name, man. RJ Payne. I got tired of the Reigman shit. It started to feel like some superhero shit. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm in my 30s. All that fake shit, there's no need for that no more. No stage name, so it's just officially RJ Payne, my birth name.
Alright. So a lot of people, know what I mean, probably remember you, especially from the city. Like, I remember you from the whole Top Class situation and all that.
Yeah.
So before we get to that, man, let's first start with this. So you're originally from New York?
Yes, sir. Born in Brooklyn, raised in Long Island and Philly, man. About 16 years apiece.
So what was that like growing up in Brooklyn and then coming to Philly? Like what was that transition?
Honestly, the first time I don't really remember. I was only 5. I came to Philly when I was 5. I think I moved back when my mom died when I was 10. So I moved back to New York when I was about 10. So like it was just back and forth. So that's it, for real, just back and forth.
Oh, so you always lived in Philly too? You always had roots in Philly too?
Yeah, like 16 years in both places. Like I said, my mom would die. I would have to move away, then find a way to move back. Then I stayed with my brother. My brother passed away, so then I had to move back to NY. So it was like that, on and on, you know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So now I first heard of you, know what I mean, seen you on the MTV battle, John.
$5,000 prize and a single to be released on Island Def Jam Records. Joining us now, Kevin Liles is president of Island Def Jam, been here before, and the winner of MC Battle, Robert Evans, otherwise known as Reigman.
Rap to the beat, and when I finish, people stand up and they clap on their feet. And yo, I spit.
In this battle, you must be as dumb as you look. I'm ahead of you by like 3 classes. Either you the biggest bitch that's walking or I need glasses. You hungry, fat, and thirsty. I'm the champ. You can take your fat, sloppy ass back to Jersey. Understand I'm the best. I'm not quite sure if you a woman or a man in a dress. Listen, this for y'all rhymers.
That's what I'm talking about, yo. Closer look at Reign's battles this week, and of course, you're gonna enter the ring, but you're gonna need some help. Got my man Keith Murray in the house, the lyrical assassin.
Yeah, that's what's
How you feel about
Reigman, you on. Congratulations. We had a ton of emails. The phones were jumping off the hook. Congratulations. Reigman is the winner of MTV's first ever MC battle contest. This is your new boss, Kevin Liles, president of Def Jam. And you got the whole crew in here. You with the family, label mates. You got Matt, they over there. You got Murray, Keith Murray. We got the check for 25G. There you go. 25.
I mean, that joint's a minute ago, like early 2000s. And I think Method Man, somebody was on there. It was a bunch of like industry dudes or somebody. I mean, I remember it vaguely now because that shit was a minute ago, but I definitely remembered you on there, and I think it was a chick on there. She was nice too.
That's my homegirl Night, man.
Was y'all like at the last round? Like how?
It was the day before the final round, so it was like that last round. You know?
Oh, so she was so that's who you battled for the championship?
No, like the championship was the next day, but me and her basically was going to decide who goes to the championship round.
Oh, okay. Cool. So give them that rundown. Like, what was that experience like? Cause that was a big stage, a big platform. Like, tell them how that was for you. The aftermath, like once it came out, like how life was after the MTV situation.
Man, make a long story short, it was 1,000 people. They picked people from every city, 1,000 people. Period. You had to stand outside. Literally, we stood outside, bro, for 24 hours. I'm talking about in the middle of the winter. Like, and they would just tell you they're gonna open it up whenever they feel like it. So just stand in line. So, we stood out line. That process was crazy. Then you had to battle to get in the building. So we battled to get in the building. I did that. Then it was they was like, all right, well, everybody in here, we're gonna give y'all a room. MTV gonna pay for that. We're gonna put y'all downtown Manhattan. And the best ones is just gonna move on in the competition, as every week go by. So I was put up in that joint. I did good every round. I managed to keep winning. Next thing you know, they like, yo, you about to go to the championship round, man. Like that shit really seemed like a movie, bro. It don't even seem real. Like just looking back on it the way it happened, but It was amazing, bro. Like that's some real shit. That shit was amazing. You had to be there to understand how amazing it is. Like I'm talking about, we just literally was like, we gonna go to this competition just to get my name known, and we end up getting worldwide exposure. I'm talking about Carson Daly. I'm talking about Reigman. I'm talking about Keith Murray, Kevin Lyles, Ludacris. It was just crazy. So I end up winning the joint. I got a single deal with Def Jam. And what's crazy is when I got the single deal with Def Jam, they thought all I was gonna be able to do was battle rap. So they only wanted to give me a single. They heard my music and they was like, yo, we gonna give them a full deal. So I took the full deal, life changed. I was doing a lot of moving around. And the crazy part is, right as I was getting sunk in and it was time to work on my album, Kevin Lyles got fired. Like literally got fired. And there wasn't nobody running Def Jam for like 2 years. This is right as Jay-Z came in there.
Alright, so yeah, the MTV situation, yeah, that definitely was a good look.
Yeah.
Mind you, I didn't know who you was at the time. That was my first time seeing you, because you know that was a big joint. I made some battle shit on TV, so I'm watching, I see you on there, I'm like, damn, that's what's up, know what I mean? Then I find out later on that you the same boy that's in Top Class, know what I mean?
Sir.
But before, I think even before that situation, a lot of people may not know that you was on the MTV Making a Band situation.
Yeah, man, shout out to my boy Ness. I did that right before the MTV battle.
Oh, that was before the MTV battle?
Yeah, that was right before that. Me and Ness, like, we heard about it, you know, through different ways, and it was the same type of way. You seen the commercial on MTV, like, yo, if you think you dope, come down and try out. We went down, we tried out.
Oh, so you already knew Ness?
Yeah, like, me and Ness is literally probably 5 minutes walking distance away from each other. Like, I knew Ness for years, and Ness always been the nicest. Like, that's real shit. Back in the day when I was coming up, Ness was the nicest nigga in Southwest. Yeah, real shit.
So yeah, so y'all went down to the Making a Band joint together.
So yeah, like no, we didn't go together. We went separately. He went, I went, and we ended up just seeing each other down there. And once I seen him, it was like, oh, okay. And you know, it was times where everybody would just be randomly spitting their shit, and they would always be like, yo, them Philly niggas is nice. They nice. So I got to a point where, you know, I pretty much had got picked to go further into the competition, but it got to a point where Ness will tell you this. They gave us our contracts, right? And when they gave us the contracts, they was like, it don't matter who you take this contract to, we not changing nothing. They was like, you don't gotta like what's in it, but just know we ain't negotiating it. You can sign or you can not sign. So I got the contract, already wasn't feeling that. So I was like, all right. And then I got to a point they had put us in the boot camp part of the series. If you actually go see that first season, you'll probably see me in there doing the boot camp joint.
Alright, so listen, I'm just gonna call out last names. I just wanna know who's here. Okay, real quick. Anderson,
Yeah.
Burt,
Here.
Black,
Here.
Carter,
Here.
Coleman,
Here.
Dylan,
Here.
Evans, Robert Evans. When did you come downstairs?
7:05 exactly.
5 minutes.
I got hurt doing the boot camp shit, and I told the boy Half Pierre, I was like, yo, I think I'm a bounce, man. Like, this ain't for me. I seen the contract. I ain't really, you know, this ain't for me. And he was just telling me how it was a good opportunity, and I was just like, I'm probably not gonna do it. So I'm leaving. You know, we leaving the boot camp, and somebody had told me, they was like, yo, you know, if you don't do this, the chances of you getting on is real slim. Like, you probably not gonna get another chance in your life to be at this point. So I was like, I don't believe that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna still go work. I believe I can still do something. And 6 months later, I won the MTV joint. Yeah.
That's a crazy little story.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so in hindsight, after you seen how it panned out and how the TV show went, because mind you, that was one of the first reality TV shows, and now you look at the TV shows now, like a lot of them is reality shows. Like,
right.
So do you regret leaving the joint?
Nah, honestly, because from the time we got there, I don't know how everybody look at, you know, the music shit, but at that time, especially, I was looking at it like I was about the music, and I realized when we got there, they had nothing to do with the music. Like, they just wanted to catch you in odd situations where you would have to react a certain way and then capture that on camera, and that's the character that they gonna paint you for. You know what I mean? The whole season. So it was really about just catching you in weird scenarios and painting you with somebody, and you pretty much gonna have to rock like that. And that wasn't for me. I just really wanted my music to be the front and center.
Got you. So then how you end up in the whole Top Class situation?
That was natural. Shout out to Reed. I known Reed since Reed was probably 13. Like, just being in the hood. Reed's story was legendary. Like, before I even knew who Reed was, I would hear Reed Dollaz running around battling everybody. I was like, yo, who is Reed Dollaz? And I finally met him, and you know, Reed back then, literally 13, 14. So when I tell you, like, he was a little guy, man, little cat. but he was snapping, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna keep Shorty next to me because he a problem. So I started rocking with Reed. We would be together every day. He would come down South Philly where I was living at, and our relationship just stayed that way for years. And along the way, you know, we met Frankie with the Grippers, we met Eddie Morris, and just naturally by us hanging around each other, Reed had stumbled on the Top Class situation first. Him and OG was cool. So he was like, yo, y'all need to come down to Top Class and fuck with OG, like his shit official. So we was like, all right, we're gonna go down there and check him out. First night we went down there, we did one of them DVDs and we burnt that joint down. And when they put our names up on the screen, they put it up like Reignman, Reed, Dollaz, Eddie Morris, Top Class. And that's kind of the moment it was born, just like that. Like, we ain't playing it, it just happened. And everything else happened after that. OG kind of ran into Nah and Touch Money, and that shit kind of formed by them just being at the studio. Like, none of this shit was planned. We ain't never say we gonna have the best rappers in Philly. We didn't pick the sections nobody was from. That's just how it happened.
Alright, so then y'all go on to do the Big Star Battle Tour situation.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, y'all had some nice little battles on there. One of the joints that I could think of that stood out with the John you against the boy Fox 5.
Fox 5, that's my man. Shout out to Fox, man. He's still around too. Shout out to Fox.
Right, so speak on that battle too, because I did, you know, a couple interviews, and I think Reed or somebody was saying like that kind of made y'all bond a little stronger, and that's how y'all all kind of got cool too. So
yeah, I keep it 100, bro. Like, when we did that battle, that was an accident. Like, Star used to just pull up on us and give us crazy opportunities. Like, he would be like, yo, I'm gonna be such and such, such and such. You Reed and Eddie, pull up, meet me there, and we're gonna do something right now. So it was kind of like you always had to have your bars ready. So it one day, I think me and Reed was together, and I think Eddie was somewhere nearby. We was walking, and Big Star pulled up. Matter of fact, that's what it was. Eddie was already with Big Star. They pull up next to me and Reed. We walk, and they like, yo, get in. We about to battle. Now, random. Like, we ain't have no raps playing, and you know, Reed specialized in having a million raps for anybody. Me back then, I was on my still working a job. Like, rap wasn't my life. Rap was Reed life. So Reed was the shit. You know what I mean? So I went in that battle that you talking about, bro, with probably 3 raps. Like 3 raps, period. Like literally. And Big Star didn't know the niggas we was battling had raps for us. Like, they knew we was coming. We supposed to be the hottest from Philly. We had no clue what we walked into, bro. But that shit turned out legendary, man.
right. And then another classic battle that everybody was talking about that I kind of did a lot of the interviews with from that situation was the battle of headshots.
Oh man, that was crazy. That was crazy. I didn't even understand that. Like, it was cool, you know, that was Reed thing. Like, Reed was really on his 50 Cent shit. Like, Reed was bullying shit, and you know, that was my brother, so it was like, we just gonna ride. Like, that's, let him do what he doing. And as he would do it, you know, we would notice a lot of motherfuckers was not liking us, you know, in different parts of the city, but it was like, fuck it, we just gonna keep rocking. And you know, Reed started going back and forth with, I think, who was he going back and forth? Was it Meek first, or was it somebody else? Yo, yeah. However it started, you know, they would do their back and forth, and me and Eddie was always on our grown man shit. Like, we go to work every day, we had houses, like, we didn't live with people. Like, me and Eddie was already homeowners and shit like that. Like I said, Reed was a lot younger, so Reed could dedicate all of his time to the rap shit. So me and Eddie really never wanted no part of it. It was kind of like cool to watch them go through it, but it was like, we ain't really want to be a part of it, because, you know, niggas want to fight. Like, that was our answer to everything. Like, man, I won't fight. Like, fuck this rap shit. So along the line, I don't know what happened, but I think one day, I guess Quilly dropped a diss rap, I guess, for Joey or with Joey or however it happened, and he said my name, and he said the famous lines about the do-rag or whatever, and I remember niggas crying, niggas laughing, and me being more from a New York side with the hip-hop, I didn't know that I should respond to Quilly right away. You know what I'm saying? It was more like, the shit he said didn't affect me. To me, it wasn't strong enough. It was kind of jokes. So I looked at the shit like, he got jokes. I'm not responding to jokes. Like, he ain't say nothing that was strong enough to even make me want to write back. But what I didn't realize is, every moment that you don't say something back, motherfuckers start using that as leverage. Like, yo, he getting you the fuck out of here. So over time, you know, I just would watch. I would hear niggas take their shots, and then one day, me, Reed, Eddie, Frankie, everybody, kaboom, we did at the Hut, the famous From the Muscle joint. And I, you know, I was like, I ain't gonna go with Quilly. I'm gonna go with the nigga that I know sentence. I'm gonna go with Hattie. And that joint was one of our most classic joints. Like, we burnt that from the muscle shit down, man.
Right? I'm explosive, ferocious, focused, jihad, he a fag, call him Joseph. Quote this, headshots is hopeless, so goddamn bogus, they run around like goddamn roaches. Jonesy get back down, Joey get jumped on, Quilly he the kid with the wig and the pulse on. You get dumped on, clown absolutely, you a 4 foot, 120 pounds of coochie.
So that was probably my most fond memory of that whole shit. But overall, I ain't dig that time. Like, it was fun for a lot of them because they was younger, but for me and Eddie, we knew it could get real at any moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know who you gonna bump into. You can't control what your homies do. I can't control what my homies do. So for us, it wasn't really fun, man, but it was some legendary shit.
Definitely. So looking back on it now, like, what's your thoughts on the whole situation in hindsight years later, like, seeing how everything played out? Like, you know, eventually everybody on each side kind of had internal issues and kind of went their own way, you know, with the Touch Money situation. Now I got booked and the hut went down. That kind of, you know.
Yeah, that killed it all.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on that now, like, looking back on it?
I mean, the way it all played out, it didn't play out the way it was supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, we were supposed to do a lot more in the city. We were supposed to make a lot more moves, be a lot more smarter, but we was all young and we was new to it. But for me, it was fun, but it was a lot of shit I regret. You know what I mean? Like, during that time when Nine and them went to jail, niggas was going their own ways. So the niggas that was left, they had their personal situations. Me and Reed had a situation, and we actually got on camera with the situation being disrespectful with each other and shit like that. I regret, because, you know what I mean, you can't take that shit back. That shit gonna always be on camera forever. You know what I mean? Even if the situation changed. So for me, it was a lot of shit I regret, man. It was cool for what it was cool for, but that ain't a fond memory for me.